Today, I'm going for a run on the beach, and I'm hoping to find some people that want to learn how to distribute a monomial to a polynomial. Here's a quick review of the distributive property and one of the properties of exponents. So if you remember, the distributive property just means you multiply whatever's out in front of parentheses to everything on the inside of parentheses. 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times a positive 9 is a positive 27. Same thing except distributing a negative. Negative 2 times 4x is negative 8x, and negative 2, that's a negative 7. Negative times a negative is a positive 14. And what we're going to do is we're moving into if you distribute a variable on the outside. So in this case, x times 5x is 5x squared because x times x is x squared. And then x times 2 is 2x. And then moving into this property of exponents, we learned this at the beginning of the year. If you're multiplying two powers that have the same base, you end up adding their exponents. So in this case, x squared times x to the 4th equals x to the 6th. And now this one, we have coefficients in front. We multiply those two together to get 8. 2 times 4 to get 8. And then you still add the exponents. 3 plus 4 is 7. And then one more, negative 6 times 4 is negative 24, and 9 plus 3 is 12. Negative 24, x to the power of 12. So today's lesson, we will be multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. In other words, we're going to be distributing a monomial. And really, the key to doing this, 2 steps, you multiply coefficients together, and then you add exponents. Here are 4 examples that we can do together, and if you stick around, I'll give you 2 to try on your own. So we're going to distribute 2x squared times x, which is, so 2 times 1 are my coefficients, is 2, and then your variables, x squared times x, add your exponents. And it's kind of tricky, on this x, when there is no exponent, it technically means there's an exponent 1. Because x squared times x is x to the 3rd. And then 2x squared times 9, multiply the coefficients, the big numbers. 2 times 9 is 18. And then the x squared will follow along. So 2x to the 3rd plus 18x squared, and I'm done. Okay, now negative 3d squared times d. Negative 3 times 1 are my coefficients, which is negative 3. And then d squared times d to the first power is d to the 3rd. Add my exponents. And now negative 3 times negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive 12. And then the d squared in front will follow d squared. Alright, number 3. Negative 7h times 3h squared. Multiply the coefficients together, so negative 7 times 3 is negative 21, and then add the exponents. We have h to the 1st times h squared, so that is h to the 3rd. Multiply again, negative 7h times negative 8h. Negative 7 times a negative 8 is a positive 56, and h times h is h squared. And then negative 7h times negative 1, negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7, and then the h in front will follow to the end. Okay, last one before you try 2 on your own. 4y squared times 5y to the 4th. Multiply the coefficients. 4 times 5 is 20. Y squared times y to the 4th is y to the 6th, because I had to add my exponents. 4y squared times 4y squared. 4 times 4 is 16. y squared times y squared is y to the 4th. And then 4y squared times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and then the y squared in front follows to the end. There you go. Pretty easy. Just have to multiply your coefficients and add your exponents. Alright, the last two problems. One is pretty challenging because there's two different variables. I want you to write these down and then pause the video, try them on your own, and then check your answer. So for the first one, you should have gotten negative 3g to the 11th plus 18g to the 9th minus 15g to the 7th. And on the second one, it was challenging because there were two different variables. A problem like this will possibly show up maybe for extra credit later this unit. But all you do, multiply your numbers in front together like normal, and then just worry about your x's, and then worry about your y's. It's just a little bit more to think about. Negative 6x to the 3rd, y squared, minus 3x squared y, plus 12x, y squared.
Dude, this crazy lady just stopped me on the beach to teach me about polynomials. It's the best day of my life.